Guys, we are almost at 500 subscribers, and I really want to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. If you could please subscribe and like the video and tell me if you enjoy content like this, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to be working hard to make stuff that I really enjoy talking about. Mario is super fun, Mario players are super cool, and I will enjoy talking about Smash in all aspects, so please do subscribe if you can. With that being said, we're going to be talking about who I think the best Mario of 2022 is. Now, I think Mario had a weird year this year. We're near the end of it. We're at November. I feel like in the first half, it was just all about Fighter Pass 2. It was all about Min Min, Kazuya, Steve, Pyramithra. But then Mario kind of put in the back. Post the quarantine season, like this was like the first year where we felt like most majors were actually like crazy. Like we actually had like a lot of entrants. COVID regulations were put in place, but there's still a lot of players. Mario kind of got pushed in the back. Dark Wizzy was streaming a lot, but wasn't really performing to his peak that he was before COVID, and Kurama wasn't traveling that much. So those were the top two Marios, and people weren't really having Mario in their brain. Now, there were some Marios that were still doing pretty okay. I feel like Ludo was doing great. Sam T. Silver, formerly Yumu, was doing fantastic, but they weren't reaching the peaks that top 8 at Genesis, like Dark Wizzy, who almost was top 10 at some point, really reached. Now I feel like in the second half, we actually are getting the resurgence of Mario. Like Dark Wizzy's making top 8s again. Like Kurama's been going crazy, and I feel like now is a good time to discuss it again, because it's been Mario has been known as a Dark Wizzy character. Dark Wizzy is Mario. Dark Wizzy pushes the meta. Dark Wizzy is better than everyone else, and I feel like nowadays it might be a little different. Now, I would say that it's safe to assume that won a tournament doesn't define a player, but Kurama's run says something. Dark Wizzy has been a pioneer of Mario since the beginning of Ultimate. He had a little bit of a struggle like everyone did at the beginning, but then he went crazy to near top 10. But Kurama, I feel like if you were to look at the Ludwig Invitational and say, okay, who are the top 10 players? Kurama beat probably half of them, and that's insane. I don't think a Mario has done that. I don't think most players have done that. I think there's been like less than 5 players who have beaten as many top 10 players in one tournament. Like I think MKLeo did it on his Frostbite run, and maybe Tweak has done it, but that's insane. So I wanted to compare. I wanted to see who actually is the best Mario right now. We're going to compare Kurama and Dark Wizzy and see exactly what the differences and comparisons are. So let's try to do that. Alright, so let's look at Kurama's results. This is the PG Stats website, by the way. I really like looking at this for stats. Yeah, Kurama's been playing mostly Mario. Sometimes he has a little bit of different secondaries. He has a Roy. People really like Tesora. I didn't even realize he had a Snake and Knight. Well, that's probably like the beginning of the game. There's Cloud. So basically, he's had some secondaries, but Mario is his main one for sure. So yeah, let's go down to the Ludwig Invitational. So just to remind people of who he beat, and in a crazy number, he beat SkyJ. Actually, let me try. Hold on one second. I'm gonna set this, reset this back. Professional content, by the way. Alright, SkyJ, Shattuck, Yanni 3-1, and Atlas. Atlas, known as Tai, the Zelda. Shuton 3-1, Cola 3-1, Spargle 3-2, Glutony 3-0, Zachary 3-0, Lost to the Buzz, and T 3-2. Now, of all those players, 5 of them are definitely top 10. I think T is definitely top 10. Spargle is definitely like top 3 or 4. Cola probably there. Shuton, Zachary, like these are all busted players. Losing only to number 1 and 2 in MKLeo and Cola, cracked. Just cracked. Now, other than this, though, he has his top 8 at Riptide, where he lost to Apollo Kage and Zamba, both really, really excellent players. Beat Sharp, Wadi, Deathspade, and then that's pretty much it. Like Sharp, or Deathspade is really good. Bayo, Wadi, obviously, people know Wadi. People know Wadi, and Sharp. Now, when you put those two back to back, it's truly not that impressive of a Riptide run. Like, it's a great run, but that's not the Ludwig Invitational, and that's really his biggest placement. Now, I'm not one for recency bias. I usually like to wait a little bit before saying something's definitive, but this is an indication. For certainly, it's an indication of something. Now let's move on to Dark Wizzy. Dark Wizzy, he's been going to way more tournaments, traveling a lot more, and he has a 13th at Let's Make Moves Miami that happened this past weekend. He lost to Teaser 02, then he beat Ducky, MPG, E-King, and Black Twins. Really, the only notable person MPG's a fantastic Mega Man. Pop is definitely in the top 200 in North America. E-King is an Ike, I believe. And then Black Twins, people know Black Twins. Fantastic Canadian player. For 13th, pretty solid run. Big House, he got 5th. He lost to Riddles 3-0. Beat Frostbite, who had a crazy run in that tournament. That Frostbite run was crazy. Beat Esam 3-0, Zanoto 3-0, Mars 3-1, and Kameme 3-1. Now, that is a crazy good run. Esam, I'm pretty sure, was using the box for the first time, so he wasn't at his peak of Pikachu. But beating Zanoto and Mars and Kameme is crazy. Especially with Kameme getting second at a previous tournament is nuts. Let's see, anything else crazy? Yeah, see, these are like 33rds, not that great. Like losing to Myron and Anathema, that's actually hard. Yeah, that's how hard it is. Beat Capsize, that's alright. Shine, he lost to Beast and Ling, really didn't beat anybody. Whoops. But yeah, honestly, let's see. Smash Factor 9, that's not a bad run, honestly. Lost to Waka and Cali, beat Chag, beat Reggie. Yeah, these are a lot of Mexican players, so I wouldn't really know. But yeah, beating Chag's actually a really good win. So yeah, it feels like it's a bit back and forth. Like, Wizzy has more events, but because he has more events, he actually has more wins spread out throughout his year. Back in Blood, he got 3rd. He beat Leon. He lost to Ned and Monty, but he beat Leon, Jeza, the Kirby. Big Hell, yeah. He beat Chase, Bobby Wasabi. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, Wizzy has a lot of like top 200 wins. That matter a lot. And Karama has a lot, has that one crazy run, but really doesn't have that many out of states. Like, I'm pretty sure he has mostly in-state tournaments. He has the Riptide top 8 and the 3rd at Ludwig, but that's pretty much it. And Wizzy has like a bunch of tournaments with just a lot of wins sprinkled there. So really, let's go down to it. Who is the best Mario right now? I think if we're going to value a character by their players, then peaks should be considered. And Karama, I don't think there's been a Mario peak quite like Karama since Genesis. I do want to say that as good as they both are, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning of how crazy Mario's can become. These two have been on the front runners for like forever, like pretty much since 2019. So it's not surprising that this would be the argument again. This will be the discussion again. And honestly, I think I'd have to give it to Karama for right now because that Ludwig Invitational was insane. But yeah, I don't think it'd be that big of this. I don't think it'd be that crazy to see Dark Wizzy, get that resurgence again. He's trying new things. He's trying to go to more tournaments, get used to the major feel again, and I'm excited to see it. But Karama, this is the start for you too. This is oh man, I think he's gonna get seeded. Like, I don't even know how they're gonna seed him. He went to like 2 tournaments, got in top 8, and then fucking 3rd out of a crazy amount of people. So good luck on that. I just don't want too much pressure to be put on Karama because one crazy weekend can definitely have people in your mind like, oh my god, could he be top 10? Could he be crazy? When you have to think about it like objectively, like set to set, that wasn't an open bracket. It still had a lot of things that favored Mario. He still had a lot of good matchups there. So it's not like it's going to be like, oh, he's suddenly top 10 now. But he's in the conversation as one of the best players in the world, and people need to remember that. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate you guys trying to stop by. We're going to see more Mario stuff. We're going to have more Mario stuff on this channel, more content, and I appreciate it.